So hello and welcome to this wonderful episode. It's always fun talking about Bitcoin and the crypto market when everything is pumping, right? And before we continue, please make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future updates and videos on the amazing topic of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, because I will be doing video updates almost on a daily basis if I have time, of course, if not every second, every third day. So what is Bitcoin doing? What is happening? Why is it pumping so crazy? And where will the market go? How high will it go? Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. As always, we start with our good old weekly long-term Bitcoin chart. I use Bitstamp out of historical reasons because it has a very long history, as you can see here. Also, sometimes I use the Bitcoin Liquid Index, but unfortunately the Bitcoin Liquid Index on TradingView is only updated once per day, so it doesn't update all the time. That's why if I want to have a long-term view, I use Bitstamp. So we look at the chart and we see, okay, the weekly picture is looking excellent. I mean, freaking excellent. We are nearing overbought territory, but Bitcoin can stay overbought for weeks, as we saw here or here. It can stay overbought for very long periods of time. So what is Bitcoin doing? Well, what is it doing? It's actually quite funny because it's doing exactly the same thing as 1 year ago. Bitcoin is basically repeating what it did 1 year ago, which is freaking hilarious. So we go back in time to October 2020 and we saw that Bitcoin started pumping like crazy, okay? In October 2020, it basically started pumping, and it just continued pumping for half a year straight without too big corrections, right? There were some big corrections in between, like here this 30% correction and here these red candles that we see, but basically it just pumped almost straight without any correction for half a year, okay? That's freaking insane. And what basically is happening now, it's doing exactly the same thing again. If we actually overlay the chart from 1 year ago with what is currently happening, what can we see? Well, 1 year ago it started really pumping on the 18th of October, okay? So that's when it really started going. So now we take the candles from the 18th of October to the top in April 2021, right? Almost half a year of continuous pumping. We overlay it with this here, what's happening now, and we see, oh wow, this is actually corresponding pretty well. This is basically almost a repeat of what was happening 1 year ago. And if we were now to just continue pumping like we did, this would mean that we would reach the top in March 2022 at $230,000. Okay, that's absolutely insane to think about. But it's absolutely well within established borders, because last time we said that the market cap wise, it could easily go to such prices because only 13% of all coins are currently being traded on exchanges and there's not enough supply. You know, there's a supply shock going on of Bitcoin. Not enough supply, a lot of demand, increasing demand, because a lot of ETFs are getting approved now, which is also the reason why Bitcoin is pumping so much. So we get all these ETFs approved. Bitcoin is pumping like crazy, not enough coins on exchanges, the perfect storm for an epic rally. The indicators are looking healthy. The 3-day chart here, we can see that the stochastic RSI is nearing overbought levels, but the same happened in 2020. We see that it was overbought from the 15th of October 2020 until the end of November 2020. So I expect some similar stuff to happen. It can stay overbought for many more weeks, up to a month. Of course, we will have a correction sooner or later, so I suppose something similar will happen. It will go to 70,000, the low 70,000, 72,000 maybe. Then we will get a pullback to the 60,000 level, 15-20% pullback, and then we continue on rallying until we hit this upper band of the long-term trend channel here. And then we might get another pullback and the final top somewhere in February, March 2022. Let's overlay the whole corrective structure. And then what do we see? Well, we see that it could drag on until March 2020 with the last kind of topish structure in April 2022. So we could have very high prices until April 2022, okay? So this is dragging out a lot longer than before. I find it every time quite hilarious when people just compare Bitcoin to previous market cycles as if it's behaving still the same way. Bitcoin is not behaving the same way anymore as it did 5, 6, 7 years ago, okay? The market cycles are getting longer. It's taking longer and longer for prices to rise. Therefore, the market is kind of slowing down. The top, in my opinion, will be very likely not this year. Very likely it will take a few months longer to reach the top this time. Now, looking at the long-term Fibonacci retracement levels, we can see that we are actually approaching a very strong resistance level. And what a wonderful coincidence it is that exactly here we do expect the first massive corrections, right? And we are talking about the 1 Fibonacci extension level, okay? So if we take the full extension, we go from the top of the last cycle, 20,000, to the low at 3,100, and we take the full Fibonacci extension, then we get the peak at 290,000-ish, okay? From anywhere from 200,000 to 300,000 is a realistic peak, but around 290,000 is also very much in line not only with the 4.236 Fibonacci extension level, but also in line with Plan B's stock to flow model. And the first big resistance is coming up soon at 71 or 72,000, the 1 Fibonacci extension. So I think we will continue pumping for a few more days and then we will see a massive pullback of 20%. So don't be surprised if in 1 week or a few days we will see a massive dump from about 72,000 down to 60,000 or 58,000, okay? Do not be surprised. The media will come up with some stupid story again because they always need some reasons for things to happen, but the real reason is that we are hitting a really massive resistance level, first of all, and second of all, look at the daily stochastic RSI. The daily stochastic RSI is brutally overbought and hasn't been overbought for such a long time continuously since a very long time ago, you know. You see that here basically it always had some pullbacks last time in December 2020, and even here in February 2021 it managed to stay overbought for almost a whole month, but now we are staying overbought again for also almost the whole of October. So we need a pullback soon, and I expect that we will hit, if I just delete this overlay. So what I think will happen, we pump for a few more days, we hit the first Fibonacci extension at 71,000, 72,000, get a massive pullback to 56,000 to the 0.786 Fibonacci support level, bounce around a bit, and then continue the bull run to the next Fibonacci extension. And the next Fibonacci extension is at 113,000. Of course, this will make the stochastic RSI come down, and we have again a lot of breathing room for continued pumping. Because remember, Bitcoin cannot rise continuously without corrections, okay? It's not possible. You cannot just rise without any meaningful correction. You always have 15%, 20%, even 30% pullbacks. For example, if you remember, we had a 30% pullback here when it dumped from 42,000 down all the way to 28,000, okay? 30% pullback. So this is absolutely normal. And then afterwards we pumped from 28,000 to 58,000, okay? This is absolutely normal, and we will see massive pullbacks in this bull run. However, I think this will now continuously pump for a very long time with pullbacks in between, but the real goal here is, as we said, the Fibonacci extension level at around $290,000, or if I'm speaking more conservatively, in the long-term trend channel, we could hit maybe a level of 150,000. But the way Bitcoin is pumping now, that does start to seem a bit too conservative. So I'm more and more inclined to think that Bitcoin will reach 290,000 in this bull run as a peak in March 2022. So what does this mean now for our altcoins, right? Because even though Bitcoin maxis will not like this when I say it, but altcoins offer more return of invest. Normally they have a better performance than Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin maxis will tell you, no, Bitcoin has the best performance. No, this is not true. Watch my first and second videos on this channel. altcoins normally outperform Bitcoin. However, they pump with delay. They pump 1 month after Bitcoin reaches the top. So if Bitcoin reaches the top this time in March 2022, the altcoins will reach the top in April 2022. So let's look at the total altcoin market cap denoted by total 2 on TradingView. And what can we see? We can see something very beautiful. What I said not long ago is actually happening. I was talking about this resistance line here and about the beautiful cup and handle pattern, cup and handle, and now it will break through the resistance line and go to much higher prices. How high can it go? How high can the total altcoin market cap go? Well, let's have a look at the Fibonacci extensions. If we take the full Fibonacci extensions, do the same thing as before, we can see that, here we are now sitting interestingly at the 0.786 Fibonacci resistance level, which has been the resistance now where it didn't push through. But as soon as it will push through, it can go as high as almost $8 trillion, okay? Almost $8 trillion of total crypto market cap without Bitcoin, so all altcoins together. This means we can see many altcoins tenfold, 20-fold, even 50-fold in price from here on onwards. I'm not kidding, okay? I'm not joking. This is a cyclic market, so not all altcoins rise at the same time. First, some coins rise, then the whales go out of this coin, jump into the next coin gets pumped, then they exit the market. That's when people start buying. But you should be in the coin already far before all the regular people start buying the coin, because the whales will exit the coin and go into the next coin. And therefore, chasing coins is never a good strategy. Please never chase coins. Buy coins before, stick with the coins and wait until they pump, because I can tell you, every freaking coin will pump when the bull market reaches the top, okay? Every S coin will pump, every single one. So the prospects are looking very good. We are about to break through this 0.786 resistance level and complete our beautiful cup and handle formation and go to insanely high prices. The stochastic RSI is looking very good. We are nowhere near overbought levels and we can stay overbought for many weeks until we get the next correction. Let's take a look at some coins and see what they are doing. What structures are some coins doing? Looking at the good old coin Litecoin LTC, we can see that it hit the top here. Again in May 2021, it's doing a gigantic cup and handle formation and will break through and will go to much higher prices. What is IOTA doing? IOTA is taking a bit longer, but I suspect it will do very similar stuff. We have the all-time high resistance here. It probably takes a bit of longer time. We'll do here a cup and handle formation. We'll hit the top in December 21, pull back, and then do the final push in April, May 2022. As we said, it makes sense because the altcoins reach the top 1 month after Bitcoin reached the top. And Bitcoin, in my opinion, will reach the top in March or April at the latest 2022 at a price of 250,000, 290,000. And 1 month later, the altcoins will hit the peak. So this makes sense that the IOTA chart would look this way. We can do the same with Dash, for example. People always complain about Dash, why isn't it performing? But well, look at how insanely bullish this chart looks. It will go to the all-time high, do a pullback, cup and handle, bam, and go to insanely high prices afterwards. And this will happen, as I said, 1 month after BTC reaches the top. So we are talking April, May 2022 for the last altcoins. Remember, this cycle will be longer than the last ones. People will say, this coin will miss the bull run because the all-time high of Bitcoin will be in December 2021. No, the all-time high will not be in December 2021. I can guarantee you that it will not be in December 2021. It will take longer this time because the cycles are lengthening. They are longer and longer each time. So we need to have a bit more patience. And we can see that even though many altcoins are still not as bullish as we would like them to be, they are making all super bullish structures, even Dash or coins where you think like, why aren't they performing so well? Well, they need a bit more time. They will do an insanely brutal cup and handle formation and go to insanely high prices in March, April, May, even June 2022, okay? For the laggards, the last altcoins to pump. So you see, the market is looking excellent. It's looking crazy good. Altcoins will go crazy. We will see many altcoins pump 10-fold, 20-fold, 50-fold, even 100-fold from here onwards. It is mind-boggling what will happen. So good times are coming. Just be patient and enjoy this beautiful ride up the roller coaster to 300,000. Have a nice day, friends. May the crypto gods shine down on us. So then, see you next time.